Buddhist countries have joined in the commemorative event at the United Nations headquarters. Thailand had the honor of hosting the event in New York in the year 2004. The current Supreme Patriarch of Thailand and Princess Mahachulalongkornrajavidyalaya were among participants. The Buddhists in Asia Pacific countries from Mahachulalongkornrajavidyalaya University in Thailand.
From my eyes, I can see the galaxy of Sankaraja, the Supreme Patriarchs, Mahanayakas, Buddhist leaders and scholars. We are here to celebrate the Vesak Day, to commemorate the Buddha's birth, enlightenment, and parinirvana.
The International Council for the Day of Vesak has been in charge of coordinating activities of Vesak celebration at the United Nations Regional Center called UNSCAP in Thailand over the last 16 years. The international celebration for the Day of Vesak has gone out of Thailand to Vietnam 3 times, in 2008, 2014, and 2019, and to Sri Lanka once in 2017. Buddhist dignitaries, scholars, and world leaders from all over the world to participate in the 14th United Nations Day of Vesak in this beautiful island called Sri Lanka. Among the participants of the Vesak celebration, Mahanayakas, President of Buddhist Association, the then Crown Prince of Thailand, Presidents and Prime Ministers. The International Council for the Day of Vesak has provided an international platform for all Buddhists to work together during Vesak celebration in 4 areas. Number 1, sustainable development. Number 2, climate change. Number 3, education. Number 4, peace building. These 4 areas become mission of International Council for the Day of Vesak. To be consistent with this mission, the International Council for the Day of Vesak chooses one of the Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs, of the United Nations to be the main theme of its regular and ongoing activities. The Economic and Social Council of the United Nations granted special consultative status to the International Council for the Day of Vesak, ICDV, in the year 2013. The International Council for the Day of Vesak pledged to support the United Nations to achieve its Sustainable Development Goals.
Okay, Sadhu. Hello, Sadhu. Good afternoon, everyone. Very good afternoon, everyone. We can do better. That's that video presentation is on about the Vesak Day. Is concerned our university. We have already. Now is according to the timetable. This is time for Venerable Assistant Professor Dr. ท่านเจ้าคุณอาจารย์พระสิทธิวัชรบัณฑิต the Director for Foreign Affairs, will give a very warm welcome speech to all the participants. Okay, sir, may I respectfully invite Venerable Assistant Professor Dr. ท่านเจ้าคุณอาจารย์พระสิทธิวัชรบัณฑิต Directors for Foreign Affairs and the Acting Bharat Studies Center to present on the stage. Please, may you, sir. Thank you very much. Please say welcome to him together. Sadhu. ครับพระธรรมทูตตั้งใจนะครับท่านจะพิจารณาเฉพาะพิเศษนะครับ
Respected the most venerable พระปัญญาวัชรบัณฑิต Vice Rector for Academic Affairs Chairman of the Organizing Committee on the International Academic Seminar today my respected venerable Mahasangha and my dear students overseas Dhammadutta Bhikkhu class 31 My warm blessing to distinguished scholars, as follows the Emeritus Professor Dr. Suvarna Satha Anand from Chulalongkorn University, Associate Professor Dr. Pakwan Singh Suriya from Faculty of Humanities, Mahidol University, Associate Professor Dr. Suvin Laksat from Mahachulalongkornrajavidyalaya Buddhist University, and also the honorable participants from the Buddhist College, Ratchaburi, the Sangha College, and also from many campuses from MCU campuses from all over country, and also the distinguished guests who watching MCU TV now. Okay, welcome Professor from National University of Laos, Dr. Kong Si, Professor Dr. Kong Si, the Dean of Faculty of Education from the National University of Laos. We are very warm welcome the venerable my students from different countries, different faculties, and different college, and also my dear rest students overseas Dhammadutta Bhikkhu class 31. Okay. So, on behalf of the organizing committees, led by the most venerable Prapanya Vachara Bandit, the Vice Rector for Academic Affairs and the chairpersons of the organizing committee, I would like to give an international academic seminar on harmony and inclusivity for human dignity. Buddhist insights for world peace and sustainable development on the auspicious occasion, the 20th United Nations Day of Vesak celebration 2025, organized by the Mahachulalongkornrajavidyalaya University, taken responsibility by the most venerable Prapanya Vachara Bandit. So this year, you may have already know that the host of the organized the Vesak celebration 2025 is the Sangha of Vietnam, and the government of Vietnam as well organized the Vesak celebration in the Ho Chi Minh City from 5 to 7 or 8, right? From 5th to 8 this month, and then the most venerable Professor Pra Promvacharathirachan, and also the top authority of MCU, including the Vice Rector for Academic Affairs and also the Vice Rector for Foreign Affairs as well, in Ho Chi Minh City this year. In city, and then around the 200 delegates from Vietnam and from around the 30 or 35 countries all over the world will come to MCU to celebrate the Vesak celebration in the United Nations Conference Hall, Rachadamneun Road in Bangkok. My students our overseas Dhammaruta Bhikkhu class 31 must take care of the distinguished delegates from the overseas who are come to Thailand, maybe around on 10 or 11, like that. So for the knowledge and also for the experience related to the Buddha teaching, support harmony and inclusivity, the MCU led by the Venerable Phra Panya Vachara Bandit organized this international academic seminar and then invite distinguished scholars from Chulalongkorn University, Mahidol University, and also from Mahamakut Buddhist University to share valuable knowledge and experience about the harmony and inclusivity. I would like to give a warm welcome and thank to the Most Venerable Phra Panya Vachara Bandit, the Vice Rector for Academic Affairs, who organized the special program this time, and then Venerable my dear friend, Assistant Professor Dr. Phra Mahasompong Kunagaro, the Deputy Director of the International Buddhist Study College, Mahachulalongkornrajavidyalaya University. Today, there are some of the administrators of MCU attend the international seminar. The Dean of Faculty of Graduate School, Phra Suthi, Associate Professor Phra Suthi Ratana Bandit. Could you please give a big sadhu? นะครับ Phra Suthi Ratana Bandit, Associate Professor Phra Suthi Ratana Bandit, the Dean of Graduate School, the Venerable Dr. Phra Sri Vachara Sara Bandit, the Dean of Faculty of Education. Sadhu. Okay. Professor Dr. Suvarna Sathanan from Chulalongkorn University, MCU students know her well through your books, Chinese philosophy. When I was a student in Delhi University and also some university, I get your valuable knowledge from this book, the Chinese philosophy. In Thai language, we can say กระแสทานปรัชญาจีน right? I don't know how to say in English. กระแสทานปรัชญาจีน in Chinese. So when I was in Delhi University, I was assigned to research about the Chinese philosophy. Just come back from Hangzhou, and also I suggest my Chinese student get the precious knowledge from your book, the Chinese philosophy. So welcome, Professor Suvarna Satha Anand, and thank for your precious time to share your precious knowledge today with our students. Professor Dr. Pakorn Singh Suriya, he is the well-known professor of Mahidol University and also MCU student, especially student in philosophy and comparative relations. So we learn many things from your works. My student in field comparative relation, faculty of Buddhist study. Today you give your valuable time, your precious time to visit MCU and share your knowledge with our students. So thank you very much. Professor Dr. Suvin Raksat, my senior from Delhi University. He completed his study from Delhi University in Buddhist study, and then well-known scholar from Mahamakut Buddhist University is invited to share your valuable knowledge and the precious experience with our student today. So our student, MCU student, is not only in the classroom, but also the many students of MCU all over the world, the campus, and also the Buddhist college all over country, and including the MCU student from the Buddhist University and the Sangha College affiliated to MCU from Sri Lanka, and Chinese Taipei, the Buddhist College of Singapore, and also from India. Now they are watching MCU TV. So could you please just wait for a moment, and after that, distinguished scholars are invited to share his experience and knowledge related to harmony and inclusivity for the human dignity. And my warm welcome to professors from Faculty of Education, National University of Laos. So could you please give a big applause to the distinguished delegates from Laos, please. Okay, Professor Dr. Kong Si, the Dean of National University of Laos, Ajahn Suvarna, I invite our friends, MCU friend, Ajahn Pakon, they visit MCU, and then I inform them that Professor Suvarna and Ajahn Prakon and Ajahn Suvin are invited to lecture to share knowledge on the international seminar. So I invite them to get knowledge from three of you today. So thank you very much, Professor Dr. Kong Si from National University of Laos. Welcome, Professor Dr. Konit Sithong, Deputy Director of International Buddhist Study College, who worked hard behind the scene for International Academic Seminar this time. Professor Dr. Konit Sithong, my senior friends. So he worked hard and dedicated himself for knowledge and for knowledge of MCU students. My students, as you know that there are many factors impact to harmony and inclusivity. So according to the Buddha teaching, you know well in Pali Tipitaka, we can say the Mahachulalongkornrajavidyalaya stinginess. And I don't want to say about this, and then I would like all of you to get knowledge from this distinguished scholar today, organized by the Venerable Prapanya Vachara Bandit. So beside the distinguished scholar, Ajahn Suvarna, Ajahn Prakon, and also Ajahn Suvin Laksat, the most Venerable Prapanya Vachara Bandit, the Vice Rector for Academic Affairs as well, invited to be the speaker, right? About the Prapanya Vachara Bandit, my friend, he was the Dean of Vice Rector for Academic Affairs. He is specialist in the Mahayana Buddhism. In MCU, we have some scholars, some professors, specialists in Mahayana studies. Venerable Prapanya Vachara Bandit, he specialist in Mahayana Buddhist studies, Mahayana study, because his research thesis, PhD thesis related to the Mahayana Buddhism, Yokachara of Asankha and Vasupantu, Master Asankha and Vasupantu. So today, I think we have a golden opportunity to have his knowledge. Once again, so I would like to give a warm welcome distinguished scholar, Ajahn Suvarna Satha Anand, Ajahn Prakon Singh Suriya, Ajahn Suvin Laksat, and also the most venerable Mahasankha. Once again, welcome and thank you very much.
This is our directors for Foreign Affairs, Venerable Assistant Professor Dr. Thanjakun Prasiddhi Vachara Bandit, who like all of us here, all of you here, to say sadhu to him once again. Sadhu. This is on behalf of the organizing committee for this program for today, that he acts as a person who welcomes you all here. As he's mentioned, that we have all participants, various countries, various factors, various background, various education. Just now from the Lao country, somebody welcome Dr. Kong Si from the National University of Laos. He is the Dean of Educational Faculty. The group of them visits our faculty already, humanity faculties. Okay, thank you much for coming and participate in this program. Dear brothers and sisters in the Dhamma, distinguished guests, honorable guests, and most venerable Mahasangha. As we know well today, the program is an international program, right? International academic seminar. The language for using for this program mostly we will use in the English language. But never mind, sometimes we will switch in the Thai. Perhaps sometimes we be Lao as well. Don't worry about that. Okay then. Okay, the time next that will be officially events. Now we are waiting for the rectors of MCU, Professor Dr. Mahachulalongkornrajavidyalaya. He will arrive here shortly. Just bear with me for some more time. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Today is unexpected for the participants who have come here today. That's this room, the theater room conference, now is almost full. That give the admiration or appreciation to the Director for Academic Affairs, Tanjakun Prapanya Vachara Bandit. He is very much appreciate that because he took care of this project, this program. After meeting the Vice Presidents of MCU Council, Professor Dr. Vachara Bandit, suggest or advise the meeting committee that why should we organize some international academic program. Then the program today that started from that meeting, which as I say, Professor Dr. Tanjakun Prapanya Vachara Bandit, he take good care of this program. And more than that is the top authority and administrators of MCU have come to join this program today. As we know very well, we are Buddhist. We belong to Buddhism. And coming up next, that will be the day of Vesak. That is concerned about our the great Buddha. We have come to celebrate and commemorate about himself. That is about his birthday, about his enlightenment, and about his passing away. The Buddha himself is the enlightened one who free from all the suffering and discover the salvation and show us the path to the salvation. After discover all the things that he realized the truth of the nature. That's why his message is not the new thing, but the old thing. He just a pioneer, he's just a discoverer. After himself discover the truth, the noble truth that in the Dhamma we call the Four Noble Truths or Ariya Satsi. Right? Then he convey the message to all the human beings, not for the Buddhism, but for non-Buddhism as well, because that's the nature. It's nature. Even though he will appear in this world or not, the realities, the truth of this nature will remain, will exist. He himself just discover and conveys to us. The thing that he conveys to us is called the Dhamma, expounded teaching of the Buddha. And after that, the group of people, the group of the followers who listening to him and following his teaching, that is called the disciple. This is called Okay, but for today, this is we have come here to celebrate and commemorate about Buddha himself only. That's why we are really happy, especially in Thailand. We have the president of ICDV, that is our vice president of MCU, Professor Dr. Prabhuma Pandit. He is vice president of ICDV วิสาขโลกพระเดชพระคุณท่านเจ้าคุณศาสตราจารย์พระพรหมบัณฑิตนั้นเป็นประธานสภาวิสาขโลกแล้วก็ได้รับการยอมรับได้รับการชื่นชมได้รับความไว้วางใจให้จัดวิสาขโลกมาถ้านับครั้งก็ประมาณสัก16-17 ครั้งได้ครับที่จัดที่เมืองไทยมี 2-3 ครั้งที่จัดที่ประเทศศรีลังกาและประเทศเวียดนามและครั้งที่20ในคราวนี้ก็ไปจัดที่ประเทศเวียดนามเป็นเจ้าภาพแต่ว่าวันที่10เดือนพฤษภาคมกลับมาจัดที่เมืองไทยที่หอประชุม UN ที่ถนนราชดำเนินนอกก็แปลว่ามีจัด2 ครั้งนั้นให้พวกเราภาคภูมิใจในฐานะเป็นชาวพุทธแล้วชาวพุทธเรามีทั่วโลกแต่ชาวพุทธที่ชาวพุทธไว้วางใจให้ความเชื่อใจให้ความไว้ใจคือชาวพุทธที่เมืองไทยนอกจากนั้นพระเดชพระคุณองค์อธิการบดีของพวกเราซึ่งกำลังจะเดินทางมาในพิธีเพื่อเป็นประธานเปิดนั้นพระเดชพระคุณก็มีนโยบายสนับสนุนมหาจุฬาได้ร่วมกิจกรรมนี้อย่างเต็มที่ครับเพราะทุกครั้งเวลาจัดก็จัดที่มหาวิทยาลัยมหาจุฬาลงกรณราชวิทยาลัยคือจัดที่นี่ก่อนแล้วก็ไปที่อยู่ห้องหอประชุม UN แล้วก็ไปที่พุทธมณฑลอาจจะกล่าวได้ว่านี่เป็นงานของมจร.พวกเราเป็นมจร.ก็มีความภาคภูมิใจนะครับนั้นก็ by this time now we are waiting for the directors of ceremony directors of MCU as president of the ceremony now he's coming I would like to inform you today from morning onward we got so much activities from the morning is the day of จำนงทองประเสริฐThat is the most senior of MCU. He is the first student of MCU. Now he got the age at the 96th years old. Him at the first person in a university. That's why I provided on the 2nd May every year. Today is a concert at his birthday as well.And the afternoon, the midday, today we have the chanting to Chatramonkon Day, the coronation of the kings of Thailand from the previous up to now. That is our activity. And here, the same time, right, we have the Empress program as well. That's why we have to waiting for the directors.Please wait, bear with me for some more time. By this time, you can do meditation and keep your mind calm for a while to receive the what to say. It's a very important knowledge from the distinguished.and specialists or expert lecturer from various countries that who are invited from the committee today to present on the panel discussion today ครับเข้าใจบ่ครับพระธรรมทูตพวกเข้าใจเนาะครับเนาะเข้าใจไม่เข้าใจก็ต้องทำท่าเข้าใจไว้ก่อนนะถ้าไม่เข้าใจท่านอาจารย์เจ้าคุณสิทธิท่านพิจารณาอยู่นะครับนี่จบเฉพาะอบรมวิปัสสนานะครับเหลือภาควิชาการอีก1 คอร์สนะครับบางรูปบอกผมผ่านแล้วนะยังครับยังนะครับขอให้ฟังรุ่นพี่นะครับผ่านร้อนผ่านหนาวมาก่อนแล้วครับทำไมถึงทักพวกท่านทั้งหลายว่าน้องๆพระธรรมทูตเพราะผมเป็นพระธรรมทูตรุ่นที่6ครับบางคนบอกโอ้นานจังจะบอกว่าแก่นะบอกว่านานกันแล้วกันท่านจะบอกว่าแก่ครับรุ่นที่36 แล้วปัจจุบันนี้ก็ได้รับความดูแลอย่างดีนะครับท่านเจ้าคุณอาจารย์พระสิทธิวัชรบัณฑิตนะในฐานะรองที่การบริฝ่ายกิจการต่างประเทศนะครับ and here okay yeah just see sorry sir this is assistant associate professor Dr. นะพระราชวัชรธรรมวาทีนะครับพระราชวัชรธรรมวาทีท่านอาจารย์ทุกคุณวันรบของพวกเราครับ say สาธุ to him สาธุนั่น he yes if you cannot see him that he raised his hand okay to you he is the writers of the library and the okay right now the rectors of MCU has come please stand up to pay respect to him please now the arrival of rectors of MCU Professor Dr. พระพรหมชรธีราจารย์ Now I would like to invite the most venerable rectors to rise the candle and incense sticks and reach us to pay homage to the Tibetan gem. Please may you, sir. Samma Sambuddho Bhagava Yodham Bhagavantam Vivatemi
Vakato Bhagavata Dhammo
Vakato Bhagavata
Dhammang Namassami
Dhammang Namasami
Supatipanno Bhagavato Sāvaka Saṅgho
Patipanno Bhagavato Saṅgho
Saṅghang Namāmi Dhammang Buddhassa Bhagavato Pubbabhaganama Karang Karoma Se Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa
Let us pay respect to the chairperson together, please. Thank you. Have a seat, please. More respected to the most venerable Professor Dr. Mahachulalongkornrajavidyalaya, Directors of MCU. I am Brahma Somchai Kiti Panyo, the head of Departments of Foreign Languages. I am honored and privileged to be MC for today. Allow me to run the program for now. Now I'd like to invite Directors for Academic Affairs, Venerable Associate Professor Dr. Papanya Vachara to give a speech report to the Rectors of MCU as a president for the program today. And after that, I would like to request President to give an open speech program and then deliver the speech on the topic on the academic seminar on harmony and inclusivity for human dignity, Buddhist insight for world peace and sustainable development, respectively. Thank you very much.
Most Venerable Professor Dr. from Mahachulalongkornrajavidyalaya, Rector of Mahachulalongkornrajavidyalaya University, on behalf of the organizing committee and all participants, I, Pra Panya Vachara Bandit, Vice Rector for Academic Affairs of Mahachulalongkornrajavidyalaya University, feel deeply honored and delighted that the morning and delivered the keynote speech at this international academic seminar. I humbly present a brief report on the background, objectives, and activity of this seminar as follows. The International Council for the Day of Vesak, ICDV, had designated Vietnam as the host for the International Vesak celebrations, United Nations Day of Vesak, from May 6 to 8, 2025 in Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam. Concurrently, the Supreme Sangha Council of Thailand, in its 7th meeting of 2025 on March 10, 2025, resolved to organize the 20th United Nations Day of Vesak on May 10, 2025 at the United Nations Conference Center in Bangkok and Puttamanthon in Nakhon Pathom Province. In accordance with the resolution of the Supreme Sangha Council, Mahachulalongkornrajavidyalaya University is hosting this international academic seminar on the harmony and inclusivity for human dignity, Buddhist insights for world peace and sustainable development with the following objective. Number one, to commemorate the significant event of the Vesak Day, the birth, enlightenment, and parinibbana of the Buddha. Number two, to celebrate the United Nations Day of Vesak. Number three, to exchange insights on the essence of Vesak concerning harmony, inclusivity for human dignity, fostering global peace and sustainable development. Number four, to promote public awareness of the United Nations Day of Vesak celebration. Approximately 300 participants, including administrators, faculty, staff, students, and general public, are attending this seminar, which is also being live streamed on Facebook, MCU TV News, MCU TV Live, MCU TV channel, YouTube, MCU TV, website tv.mcu.ac.th. Seminar activity include, number one, opening ceremony and keynote address on harmony and inclusivity for human dignity, Buddhist Insight for World Peace and Sustainable Development by Professor Dr. Praprom Vachalathirajan, Rector of Mahachulalongkornrajavidyalaya University. Number 3, academic seminar on the same topic, featuring panelists, Associate Professor Dr. Panya Vachala Bandit, Vice Rector for Academic Affairs, MCU. Emerita Professor Dr. Suvarna Satha Anand, Faculty of Arts, Chulalongkorn University. Associate Professor Dr. Pakorn Singh Surya, Department of Humanities, Faculty of Social Sciences and Humanities, Mahidol University. Associate Professor Dr. Suvin Laksat, Assistant to Director for Academic Administration, Mahamangkut Buddhist University. Moderated by Associate Professor Dr. Pramaha Sompong Kunakalo, Deputy Director of International Buddhist Study College, IBSC. Closing ceremony by Associate Professor Dr. Prathep Vachalasara Bandit, Vice Rector for Planning and Development, who will present commemorative gifts and deliver closing remarks. Now, as the auspicious time has arrived, I humbly invite you to International Academic Seminar and deliver Keynote address on harmony and inclusivity for human dignity, Buddhist insights for world peace and sustainable development with the highest respect. พระปัญญาวัชรบัณฑิต Vice Rector for Academic Affairs มหาจุฬาลงกรณราชวิทยาลัย University.
High-ranking administrators of MCU, led by Associate Professor Dr. Panya Vachara Bandit, and here also the Vice Rector for Assistant Professor Dr. Siddhi Vachara Bandit. My regard to all the speakers led by Professor Dr. Suvarna Satha Anand and the auditorium and all the audience outside, both in Thailand and in other countries. Today, this afternoon, on the special occasion of the Vesak Day celebration, the academic staffs of MCU, led by the Vice Rector for Academic Affairs, organized the international seminar. At the core activities of the Vesak celebration 28, which is going to organize in the big event in Vietnam during the 6th to the 9th of April 2025. On the main theme, the unity and inclusiveness for world peace and sustainable development. I declare opening the international seminars and give my idea a little bit regarding this main theme. According to Buddhist doctrines, all the human beings are a composite of 5 aggregates. Form, arupa in Pali, feeling, vedana in Pali, perception, mental formation, the word human in English is equal to manusa in Pali. Meaning, manusa in Pali meaning the world creatures who have the supreme mind, who have the knowledge of usefulness and unusefulness, and have the knowledge of merit and demerit. Human beings are the type of world creatures who have quick receptive to the conscience or the Dhamma easily. There is a dignity inside that. As a human being, we have many opportunities gained from being born as a human being. Such as human beings are capable of developing their mind to the topmost level. From mundane level up to the supra-mundane levels that make the human being to be equipped with the highest abilities. In Buddhist scripture, we have seen many stories regarding the Buddhist monk who develop their mind by practicing Dhamma, or in Buddhism we call meditation. When they complete meditation practice up to the topmost state, they are equipped with the super knowledge. They have got ultra insights, ultra conscious insight, consisting of magical power, divine ear, telepathy, retrocognition, and finally the knowledge of exhaustion of all defilements, and become the Arahanta, the worthy one. But as a human being, we are the world creators. We have the same natures, the same needs, the same likes and dislikes. Even though we come from different backgrounds, different nations and cultures. So according to Buddhism, in ultimate reality, the human beings have both the same things and different things at the same time, as follows. All human beings are included in any one of the four kinds of birth. Womb-born creatures, egg-born creatures, moisture-born creatures, and spontaneous-born creatures. And any one of four kinds of birth are under the law of three characteristics alike. We all under the laws of impermanence, under the laws of state of sufferings, and under the laws of selflessness alike. We all under the laws of life cycle alike also. May I say in Pali sentence like this, Sapphe manussa chati dhamma charang anatita. Chara dhamma charang anatita. Payati dhamma payating anatita, and marana dhamma maranang anatita. All human beings are subject to birth, never overcome birth. Subject to decay, never overcome decay. And subject to sickness, never overcome sickness. And last one, subject to death, never overcome death. Like this. The lives of the human being go according to their own action. One day, the Lord Buddha replied to the questions of the young man named Suphamanavato Thayaputta that Kammang Sate Vipajati Yatithang Hinapati Hinapanita. Actions or the karma discriminate the sentient beings as a low class and high class. In this matter, the Buddha's word can be concluded in 5 main terms like this. Sapphe manussa kammassaka kamma thayatha kamma yoni kamma pantu and kamma patisarana. All the human beings have their own actions. Inherit the consequences of their own action, have the action as an origin, have the action as a relative, and have actions as a refuge alike. And in the life cycle, we are interconnected to each other. In the Buddhist scripture named Sangyutta Nikaya Nithanavaka, there are Pali sentences like this. No, may I say in English? The creature who has been born on earth, the persons who have never been born as a father, as a mother, as a brother, as a sister, as a son and daughter of. We all have ever been relative of each other. Sometimes father, sometimes mother. So we are interconnected. In this regard, it can be possible that our father, our mother here might be our enemy in last birth or in 10 births back, something like this. These are the unity and inclusiveness, the Buddhist insights. So I will drop the issue here. When we have the unity and inclusive like this, how can we have the world peace and sustainable development? This issue will be the duty of the speakers from now on. So finally, I'd like to give so much thanks to all MCU staffs led by Professor Dr. Vacharavadit and his team, all the speakers, all the participants, especially the monks who participate in the project tending of Dhammatutta, and Professor Dr. Vacharavadit, and all the audience outside the auditorium. So thank you very much all you come in here. Finally, Ratanataya Anupavina Ratanataya Tejasa. By the power of the triple gems, may you be blessed with the prosperities, happiness, successfulness, and peacefulness in your daily routine forever. Thank you very much.
On behalf of organizing committee, MCU staff led by Associate Professor Dr. Parapanya Vacharavati, Moderator for Academic Affairs, I would like to express very gratitude to the rectors of MCU, most Rajan, to open the program and deliver the speech for today. Thank you very much. And now, Assistant Professor Dr. Parapanya Vacharavadit, on behalf of the meetings over here, we give the offerings to the most vulnerable Rajan as president of the ceremony or program today. All of us, let's say Sadhu together, loudly. Sadhu. And once again, thank you very much, the most vulnerable, beloved our lectors. Please stand up to see him off. His speech very, very meaningful and wonderful to enhance and encourage us to know more about the knowledge of Buddha teaching. Even though his speech very short but sharp, this is called short and sharp. Okay, thank you very much for all participants for your good cooperation today. Be seated, please. While we are waiting for setting the stage, I will don't go anywhere. Stay tuned for the next program. That very, very important, very meaningful, very interesting. Okay, you should miss it because we will learn from the distinguished lecturer. We will learn from the expert lecturer. We will learn from knowledgeable speaker about their opinion regarding the topic. So after you have finished your personal doing outside, please return back. Return to your seat once again. Okay, now we are waiting for ready setting on the stage. The next program that is there will be seminar, an academics seminar on harmony and inclusivity for human dignities, Buddhist insight for world peace and sustainable development. We have a keynote speaker, including the moderators, 5 members will be present on the stage a while, and after that, please do come back to the seat. So after listening to the talk of our rector, what's your answer in your mind? Why we are called Manucha? Why we are called Manusa? This is the rector put the question about the Manusa. Why we are called Manusa? Among 31 groups of living beings, only human being that the Buddha assure that can be developed or cultivated to the maximum level. You can be a perfect person and you can get or attain the enlightenment. Out of this cannot be done. That's why Buddha himself encourage or make sure that only human being can be a Buddha. Out of that cannot be that. Okay, that's why we call Manucha. Manucha is the Pali word, is the mana plus usaya. Mana means mind. Usaya means cultivate or raise. That's why Manusha in Pali, the person who cultivates or raise the mind up to maximum level. That is called Manusha. Okay, if the stage already, please inform me. And after this, you will listen, have listening from the keynote speaker on an academic seminar and an academic seminar on harmonies and inclusivity for human dignity, Buddhist insight for world peace and sustainable development. We have only 2 hours. 2 hours. From now on to 4 p.m., not more than that. I think the time is very limited for having the knowledge from the distinguished speaker. I think they may share to us only a little bit, right? Because the panelists consists of 4 members. For 2 hours not enough, I think, but I hope that they may provide and give you only the main theme of the topic today. For the moderator today, we are very much appreciate and very honored to have Assistant Professor Dr. Mahachulalongkornrajavidyalaya, the Deputy Directors of International Buddhist Study College or IBSC to be run the seminar for today. If it is, I will give the stage for you, sir. For those who are outside, please proceed inside the meeting room ครับท่านที่อยู่ข้างนอกนิมนต์ครับขอบรรยากาศเป็นเหมือนเมื่อสักครู่ครับนะอย่าให้มีที่ว่างครับนะครับนิมนต์นะครับไฮไลท์ตรงนี้นะครับวันนี้ครับนิมนต์นะครับท่านพระธรรมทูตน้องๆพระธรรมทูตรุ่นที่31ทุกรูปนะครับนิมนต์ครับ and all international students and foreign students from IBSC from Buddhism faculties from humanity faculties and education faculties and social science faculties all faculties had come together here for this program. Please take your seats. The program will be start shortly. I would like once again to invite you come and take the seat, please. Now is right time to proceed the program up next. So once again, may I invite Assistant Professor Dr. Pramahasumpong Kunakaro, the Deputy Directors of International Buddhist Study College, work as moderators for the academic seminar on harmony and inclusivity for human dignity, Buddhist insights for world peace and sustainable development. Now the stage is yours, sir. Thank you very much.
Hello. Respected most venerable Associate Professor Dr. Prapanya Mahachulalongkornrajavidyalaya, Vice Lectures for Academic Affairs of Mahachulalongkornrajavidyalaya Universities, Venerable monk, distinguished guests, and ladies and gentlemen. Today we have special functions. Normally we organize the functions before the Vesak Day celebrations. Are you ready for the function? Okay. So the function we organized today is on about the international academic seminar on the harmonies and inclusivities for the human dignities, Buddhist insight for the world peace and sustainable. I would like to introduce the speaker for today. Actually, today we have 4 speakers from various universities. So first, let me introduce the first speaker first. First speaker is not different from us because he is Associate Professor Dr. Panya Vachiravadiyalaya. He studies at the Mahachulalongkornrajavidyalaya. He is Associate Professor of Buddhist Study at Mahachulalongkornrajavidyalaya University, Thailand. He holds the 7th degree qualification in Thai traditional Pali study, MA in Buddhist study from faculties of liberal arts at Thammasat University, PhD in Buddhist study from graduate schools of Mahachulalongkornrajavidyalaya University. Currently, he serves as the permanent lecturer and vice lectures for academic affairs at Mahachulalongkornrajavidyalaya University, our universities. The Venerables has also spent a significant time as the visiting fellows at several international institutions, including the Sri Lanka International Buddhist Academy, or we call SIBA, Dongkuk Buddhist Chonbok College in South Korea, and Tamages Buddhist College in Budapest, Hungary. For his academic work, he wrote so many articles, but I can conclude that the articles on the concept of mind only in Yogacara Buddhism, Buddhist monks and Jaswa, religious pluralism, in Buddhist perspective, etc. Please invite, may I take this opportunity to invite the most learner on the stage. Please welcome, sir. The second speaker for today, she is the research interests cover the views of Buddhist philosophy, Confucius ethics, and religious contemporary issues. She serves as the chair of philosophy department and associate dean for the research faculties of arts at Chulalongkorn University. She is a former president of the Societies of Philosophy and Religions of Thailand and past secretaries general of International Federations Philosophical Societies. Her major publications are the first academic Thai translations of the Analect of Confucius and 3-volume research papers on Buddhist pluralism. Now, currently, she serves as the Vice President of International Federations of Philosophical Societies. Please, may I invite our professor on the stage. Please, Professor. The third speakers for today are Associate Professor Dr. Pakon Singh Suriya. Professors, his background, he finished PhD philosophy at Chulalongkorn Universities, BA in English at Thammasat Universities. For the professionals experience, he got full-time faculty members at the Humanities Department faculties of Social Science and Humanities, Mahidol Universities. And the others experience, he is chairperson of the PhD program in Religions and Ethics of Sustainable Development. He is members of the Administrative Committees, Chulalongkorn University Centers for Buddhist Studies, and issue editors for Journal of Buddhist Studies, Chulalongkorn University. For his research and articles, he wrote also so many articles, for example, the locus of the Buddhist pedagogy and decolonizing the Thai universities on the journey of globalization, societies and education, and also ethical frameworks of digital technologies, artificial intelligence, and health equalities on the general Asian societies issues. So please, I would like to take this opportunity to welcome the professor. Please, Professor. The last speakers for today is he's Associate Professor Dr. Suvin Laksas. He's the Deputy of Lectures in Academic Affairs, lectures MA and PhD program in Buddhist Study, graduate schools, Mahachulalongkorn Buddhist Universities. For his educational background, he finished PhD, MA in Buddhist Study at University of Delhi. For administrative work, he was the secretary of the graduate schools MBU, committees of MA and PhD in Buddhist Study program, and MBU committees for academic council members. For his teachings, covers BA, MA, and PhD program at Mahachulalongkorn Buddhist University, Mahachulalongkornrajavidyalaya University, even Mahidol Universities. He also wrote so many works, better articles and research, for example, the evaluation models of S1 sociologists. This is for scopus he published on. So not only articles he wrote on, even the books also he authorized on many books also. Please, I will take this opportunity to invite the professor on the stage. Please welcome, Professor. Okay, from now on, 2 hours for us to actually this opportunities that's really necessary, and the main activities for today, that is academic activities. You know, friend, can I say that presently our society is not single societies, but intercultural societies, because the people coming from different backgrounds, for example, different religions, traditions, language come to stay together, but some problems occur because of the different background very tough to stay together in the same society. The men play the essential role to solve the problem. The people inside society use the religions to harmonize the people. Presently in Thailand also, the spiritual leaders from each religion try to join their hand together to harmonize the peoples and bring the happiness to societies. So Buddhism is one of those that try to join their hands together to bring the happiness to the society. That today we will discuss about the harmonies and inclusivities for human dignities, Buddhist insight for world peace and sustainable development. So from now on, we will hear and discuss and share the knowledge with the speakers. 4 speakers available already now. So we have the commitment. We have 2 rounds for that. The first round we will take 15 minutes, and the second round 5 minutes for conclusions. Then after that, we will open apart from the speakers who share for you that you can raise questions after the speaking. So for the first speakers, I would like to invite the most venerable assistant associate professor, Dr. Panjawachalavandit, Vidyalaya University. Please, Professor.
Thank you so much, Venerable Moderator Pramah Sompong Kunakalo, for inviting me and introducing me. Today, thank you first, as the first speaker, Ajahn Suvarna around me to be the first speaker. So I would like to remind you that our topic today, harmony and inclusivity for human dignity, Buddhist insight for our peace and sustainable development. So the main point of the seminar topic, right? From this topic, we have the key question to seek to answer. What is Buddhist perspective on harmony and inclusivity? And how do they connect with human dignities and sustain the main question? All of us try to answer the question in this seminar. So first, I think you know already, the harmony, what is the harmony? The term, the Pali word, Pali term harmony in English, in English, most closely correspond to the Buddhist concept of samakhi. You know samakhi? Yeah, samakhi. What is samakhi? In Buddhism, samakhi or samakha as an adjective word. Adjective, but samakhi is noun form. In Pali, can be translated as harmony, unity, right? Concord or cooperation. Cooperation, right? These are the definition of harmony in Pali language. I think the harmony in English very similar to the Pali word samakhi. Samakhi cover like a harmony, unity, concord, cooperation. Okay, harmony in Buddhism. Let's talk about harmony in Buddhism. Harmony is one of, I think you know very well. Harmony is one of the 7 conditions of welfare. Aparihanija Dhamma. One of the 7 conditions of the welfare, Aparihanija Dhamma. Ensuring the prosperity of a community. Yeah. In Aparihanija Dhamma, you can learn more from Mahaparinibbana Sutta, Tikadikaya, right? The Pali canon. The true harmony, according to Buddhism, the true harmony is mere superficial agreement, but rooted in mutual respect. ethical conduct, and share spiritual goal. Without harmony, according to Buddhism, without harmony, without the attainment of liberation or nibbana in Buddhism. So this is the reason why the Buddha emphasized so much the harmony. For example, in the one of Antarayika Dhamma, right? Antarayika Dhamma, the dangerous karma or the severe karma. So harmony in Buddhism can cover the concept, Buddhist concept of harmony cover natural harmony. Natural harmony. You can learn more from the teaching, the principle of Paticcasamuppada. Right. According to the Paticcasamuppada in Buddhism, everything in the universe, including on being and everything in universe, exists interconnectedly, depend on each other. Nothing can exist independent. But all thing, everything according to the principle of Paticcasamuppada, everything exists interconnectedness, interrelated, interconnected, interrelated, depend on each other. This is we can say natural harmony, ecological harmony, right? Ecological harmony. Everything we are one of the ecosystem. We can everything in the world exists harmoniously because we are one part of the ecosystem, right? This is related to the concept, the principle of interconnectedness. The social harmony. The social harmony is very important, especially in the circle of Sangha, right? The Buddha emphasized so much. For example, the one who try to cause this harmony or this unity is Dhamma, Aparihaniya Dhamma. Yeah. Sorry. The last one, ethical harmony. Not only social harmony, ethical harmony. For example, the teaching of universal love, universal loving kindness, or universal compassion. Appamanya metta, appamanya karuna, for example. This is what we call ethical harmony. When we spread metta to all beings, we spread not only for ourselves, but also all beings in the universe, including human beings and all kind of animal in the universe. This is what we call unlimited love or universal love. This is what we call ethical harmony or compassionate harmony. And let me show you the Buddha saying about harmony in Sankha Samakhi Sutta. Sankha Samakhi Sutta, Ankuttara Nikaya, discourse on harmony in the Sangha or community. Sangha means community. Sangha means not individual monk, right? Means community. The Buddha said, Eka Dhammo Bhikkhave Loke Upat Cha Mano Upat Chati Pahushana Hitaya Pahushana Sukhaya Pahuno Chanassa Attaya Hitaya Sukhaya Teva Manusanam, which means in English, one thing arise in the world for the welfare and happiness of the people, for the benefit, welfare and happiness of God and human. What is the one thing? What is the one thing? The one thing is Samakhi or harmony. As the Buddha said in the same sutta, Sankha Samakhi, Sukha Sankhassa Samakhi. Sukha Sankhassa, you are very familiar with. Sukha Sankhassa Samakhi, Sankha or keep community in harmony is happy. The community in harmony is happy. So, our happy come from harmony. Without harmony, no happy. Without happy, without harmony. Harmony come from happiness. Right? Okay. Sankha Petha, the Buddha emphasized so much, causing disharmony in the Sankha. One time, the Buddha placed a great importance on unity, samakhi, or harmony, as evident in the 5 Anantariya Kamma. One of 5 Anantariya Kamma. The 5th of this state, causing this unity or this harmony or schism in the Sankha of community, or in Pali, Sankha Petha. Sankha Petha, Petha means division, disintegration, Petha. Division, disintegration, or schism, or disharmony of the community is an anantariya kamma, karmic act so severe that it block rebirth, in heaven and prevent the attainment of Nibbana. ในภาษาไทยคือใครทำให้แตกความสามัคคีเนี่ยห้ามสวรรค์ห้ามนิพพานไปสวรรค์ไม่ได้นะครับไปนิพพานก็ไม่ได้ จะ block rebirth in heaven and prevent the attainment of Nibbana. So okay, and next one. Okay, I finish the harmony. Inclusivity and harmony related each other in Buddhist perspective. Oh, 5 minutes left. Thank you. 5 minutes 5 นาทีเหลือนะครับโอ้ทำไมมันเร็วจังนะไม่เป็นไรอาจารย์ให้นาทีที่อาจารย์แถมให้ครับ Thank you so much อาจารย์สุวรรณ He give me more 5 minutes. In Buddhism, inclusivity is a fundamental principle that promotes universal compassion, non-discrimination, equal spiritual potential for all beings. Right? The Buddha teaching reject caste, Varna system, Varna the caste system, gender, and social hierarchy. Right? Emphasizing that wisdom and ethical conduct or sila and samadhi panya, not birth or status, determine one word. The one word not come from birth, not come from social status. The value, human value, human word, not status or your caste, but from your action or karma. Karma determines the word of human being or the value of human being. So the Buddha teaches the principle of karma, the law of karma, to be the what we call value judgment, right? When you judge someone good or bad, higher or lower, not depend on your social status or your caste, but just by your action or your karma. This is what we call inclusivity, right? Based on the law of karma. And ทั้งหมดเวลาบอกนะอาจารย์นะ inclusivity in Buddhist perspective, right? No discrimination appear in Sutta Nipata, in the Tipitaka, Pali Tipitaka. No discrimination. The Buddha declared, by birth, one is not an ignoble. By birth, one is not an ignoble. By birth, one is not a Brahmin or the noble one. By deed or by action alone, by deed or by action alone, one is an ignoble. By deed or action alone, one is noble. Good or bad, not by birth, not by birth, but people good or bad, higher or lower by action. ณชัจจาวสโลโหติณชัจจาโหติบรามโนไว้ณชัจจาวสโลโหติณชัจจาโหติกัมมุนาวสโลโหติกัมมุนาโหติบรามโน people good or bad not by birth but people good or bad by action or karma. Okay, universal potential for enlightenment. Every being, Buddhism teaches that every being, regardless of background, can attain nibbana. Right? Which what social status you can attain nibbana. You may poor people or rich people. You have same potential. Universal that we call potential. Oh, 1 minute left. Thank you so much. Compassion and loving harmony to all sensual beings without exception. You can learn more from Metta Karaniya Sutta, Karaniya Metta Sutta. Sensual. Okay. So let me finish my discussion for the first round. Thank you so much, Ajahn, for reminding me.
Hello. Thank you, professors, associate professors, doctors, Velan Bronze Panjavachala the Velan Bronze who came out with the ideas of the harmonies, for example, natural harmonies, social harmonies, ecology harmonies, and the more important that ethical harmony. The main point, I think that you have heard several times that about the Sukha Sanghasa Samakhi. That happiness comes from the harmony. And he also mentions about the opposite idea from the harmony, that disharmonies or Sankapeta, that the severe ones that we have to prevent from that. Thank you, Friend, to share these ideas about this for us. We have the second speakers for today. The second speaker for today's Professor Emeritus Suvarnasthanan. Are you ready, Professor? Yes, please. 15 minutes also.
15, not 50.
15.
Venerables, distinguished participants, I would like to thank Mahasambhun for this invitation to share my thoughts with you on this occasion of Vesak celebration. I would like, first of all, to offer my sincere apology for my husky voice, since I have had big bouts of very bad cough in the past few weeks, and it refuses to go away. Another apology is due to all of you, because I probably will have to leave early. I cannot stay until the end of this session, and my apologies for my panelists as well. The theme chosen for the 20th UN Day of Vesak Celebration 2025 is a most ambitious dream. It collects all the major problems of the world and put them in the healing words of harmony, inclusivity, human dignity, world peace, and sustainable development. If I translate these magnificent terms into the problems which Buddhist insights wish to address, we will have most, if not all, of the global problems within the palms of our hands. Everywhere you look, you find discord, exclusion, dehumanizing conflicts, world at wars, hot wars, cold wars, tariff wars, and insane destruction of the environment in the name of development. A leading advocate of the degrowth, D-E-G-R-O-W-T-H, decreased growth, in other words, a leading advocate of this movement recently put it so well. He said, how do we human? That is the question for all of us today. The question for us Buddhists then is how discussion. In my mind, there are several ways to address this ambitious collection of dreams, which appear in the title or the themes of this conference. As Buddhists, perhaps the most common way is the answers. The only problem is that people at all levels, from the individuals, the communities, the societies, the governments, they simply do not have enough understanding of Buddhism or do not adhere to Buddhist principles when they make important policy decisions. For this distinguished gathering today, I will not take on the task today from that perspective. I believe this approach has been used quite often, and many scholars, I think, can offer their insights, perhaps more readily than I do. Instead, I would like to offer our discussion today with a critical self-awareness of our own limitations as adherents of Buddhist teachings. I would propose to you two possible alternatives in engaging Buddhist insights of deep values of global concerns. I would offer you two possible modes of engagement with the Vesak theme that we have today. First, as an inspiration, Buddhism as an inspiration. Most of us here are Buddhist, most of you here are Buddhist monks, I am not included. It means you have a special set of vinayas to follow as guidance of your daily life. It also indicates that Buddhism is your vocation. Buddhism communicates with you so deeply that it inspires you to pursue a life of deep commitment. Teachings are deep and comprehensive, and so we need a long, long time to learn and to practice. I think a very relevant question here is, in what way Buddhism has inspired you to pursue its path? Among the terms implied by the title of this conference, which one touches your heart and mind most deeply? Harmony, human dignity, the environment, the marginalized peoples, conflicts, or wars? On what issues would you really like to learn more, and to ask what kind of things I can do in my own context, in my own roles, in my own capacity, and in my own limitations? I personally was first deeply inspired to learn more about Buddhism when I was a teenager. That was many, many years ago. The story of a prince who decided to leave the palace last born was something really touching, puzzling, and enigmatic. It requires a whole load of reflection to really even begin to understand that fateful decision of Prince Siddhartha, who later became the Buddha. In the 1960s, Ajahn Kukrit Pramod, our former Prime Minister, once said that Prince Siddhartha was the first hippie of the world, as he left the conventional family life behind. The words, Rahul is born, Rahulang Pantanang Chatang, or entanglement is born. Was it an expression of a fatherly love, of emotional bonding, or an awakening to the process of, as the prince saw further even at that time, that birth would tie him up with a familiar conventional life of the family and all the entanglements thereof. He decided to take a different path and explore other spiritual alternatives. He went to different masters, and through trials and errors, he finally became enlightened. His enlightenment today, that is the Vesak day. Vesak is not only about the fruits or consequences of enlightenment. It involves, I think, an understanding of the beginning of that long journey, when the prince who 6 years after that fateful night found a way to the cessation of suffering. Vesak is as much about the enlightenment of the Buddha as it is about the decision of Prince Siddhartha to leave the palace when his first son was born. That decision is a source of inspiration. It triggers, at least for me, intellectual curiosity, emotional puzzle, and spiritual exploration. So I wish to ask you, which episodes in the life of the Buddha that you read every day really inspire you as a student and practitioner of Buddhism? Those episodes build up a broader and deeper understanding of those episodes and observe them as a result of a decision-making of the Buddha. Then I believe you can be better connected with the key terms of this conference, like human dignity. If you're deeply moved by the term human dignity, I think a key relevant episode could be how the Buddha helped the tragic life of Kisa Gotami, the woman who lost all her family members after the curse of a stormy night, who came to the Buddha asking him to be her last refuge. And he was very kind and compassionate and helped her go through that really dreadful dead end of her life. Or if you're interested in problems of conflict, perhaps an episode of conflict resolution, like when the Buddha intervened to prevent further war among his relatives on the use of water on the Rohini River.
John, sorry, 5 minutes.
Okay, 2 more minutes? 5 more minutes, okay. I will have only one round. This kind of exploration could serve to reignite your inspiration and reflect on your commitment to Buddhist principles. I can give you some references, scholarly works which analyze the Buddha's tactics on conflict resolution, if you wish. Second, the second mode of engagement I would like to propose to you today is all these Buddhist principles and the key terms of this conference as a conversation. I propose we engage with the key terms of this conference as a form of conversation. A conversation is actually not an easy thing. I have an observation that most people today, when they are talking, they're actually not talking. They're only making noises and speaking rather than having a conversation. In Thai, we say, "Put kui." Put is talking, speaking. Kui is having a conversation. I think in many cases I have observed when people reduce to each and one side talking without listening to the other side. Some people throw words at each other and they do not bounce back. A conversation requires a careful listening, an exchange of stories, an exchange of opinions, a sharing of feelings. If a conversation is successful, both parties in the conversation would feel relaxed, pleased, with more understanding, and they feel they have moved from point A to point B, and they don't get stuck in the same place before the conversation takes place. Recently, I have observed so many failed conversations. It makes me sad. I hope this little observation does not take place when we engage with the questions of harmony, human dignity, inclusivity, past each other. Let's talk to each other. If a religious conversation with human dignity or inclusivity is successful, as Pramahasambun has given a really beautiful example, I believe it will lead to more possibilities of Buddhism becoming a source and a basis of inspiration for world leaders and for all those who are concerned with all the problems that we are facing today. How do we become a powerful source of inspiration again? I believe many of you have done good things for world harmony, inclusivity, sustainable development, and world peace already. So let's use this wonderful opportunity to share our experiences and learn more deeply from each other, from the Buddhist canons, from empirical facts, from recent scientific findings, from cognitive sciences, from works in the social sciences, from philosophy, from historical lessons, from initiatives of local communities, etc., etc. If we learn enough from these fields of knowledge and experiences, we will have developed, I believe, a new language, a language so resilient, so competent, and so adequate to have a really fruitful conversation. Successful conversation means successful communication. In my understanding, inspiration follows when successful communication has been achieved. And thank you for your attention.
Thank you so much, Professor Suvarna, to share the knowledge. So normally philosopher, we put the question first before we define the question. I'm philosopher also. Yes, the questions attract, I think the questions from us inspire us to learn more, especially how do we live in the world. So living just...
I'm sorry, ขออภัยทุกท่านขออนุญาตเดี๋ยวจะไอแล้วไม่สนุกแล้วนะคะ
Okay, thank you, Ajahn. Thank you again. Yes. How can we live in the world happily? That's the question from her. So now we will take this opportunity to offer the necessity to Ajahn Suvarna first, because she have to leave now because she is not well. So even she is not well, still she accept and come to share the knowledge to us. Anyway, thank you so much, Ajahn, to come to share the knowledge. Okay, thank you again. Thank you again, Ajahn. So she left the question to us how to live the life in the world. So we should learn more. Actually, Buddha paved the way already. We should learn more from the scriptures. Insights available by us already. So we have to learn more. Then we will get how to live the life happily in the world. Yes, from Professor Suvarna. Yes. So we have the third speaker from Mahidol Universities. Ajahn, are you ready? Okay. Yes. Now I would like to invite the Associate Professor Dr. Pakorn Singh Suriya from Mahidol University. He will give the knowledge and also share the knowledge to us in the term of harmony and peace. So his topic being shared to us is on the harmonies and inclusivity for human dignity, a philosophical perspective. Please, Ajahn, please.
venerable, honorable guests and participants. Today I'm very honored to give a talk on this topic, harmony, inclusivity for human dignity. I hope that my contribution will give you some insights from the philosophical perspective. May I first of all express my ideas about my understanding of the key terms present in the title of today's conference. The first one is harmony. By harmony, we should understand it that it is not only about coexistence or even peaceful coexistence, because that is believed to be at the minimal level. If you coexist with someone, you may be tolerant. I mean, you may be able to tolerate time, you may be indifferent to them. That is not sufficient for the concept of harmony to apply. So for harmony, it is more than coexistence. It is more than tolerance. It is a matter of mutuality, right? Or mutual beneficial relationship. And what is the core of mutuality? To sum it up, it is a matter of sharing and support. We will come back to this again later. And the second key term is inclusivity, which ensures equal access to resources and opportunities, right? We may define it in the negative term like non-marginalization. At the same time, we may define it in the positive term as sharing of resources and opportunities. So now we see something in common between these two key terms, that is sharing. We'll come back to this again later. Now let's take a look at this. These key terms are present in the title of today's talk. And in the title, it is harmony and inclusivity for human dignity. By this phrase, it implies that human dignity is the goal. If you can realize this goal of human dignity. But we can look at this from another perspective. Why should we realize inclusivity? Well, we may be able to answer that. It's because we respect human dignity. So if we stick to this answer, we may adopt another perspective like this one. And this way we can see that actually human dignity is the ground or the foundation for harmony and inclusivity, in the sense that it provides us with a reason why we should materialize harmony and inclusivity. So I will focus on human dignity. Human dignity is complicated, right? Dignity is intrinsic worth. By intrinsic, it means that you do not have to earn it. It is unearned. Simply because you are human beings, you have dignity. Simply because you're human beings, you have intrinsic worth. You don't have to do anything. Good news is that everyone in this room has the same dignity as bodhisattvas, because bodhisattvas are human beings. Better news is that everyone in this room has the same dignity as the worst criminals in prisons, because criminals are human beings. So human dignity is the basis of our equality. When we talk about human dignity, as Buddhists, sometimes we have a problem because it has its roots in Christianity. According to Christianity, we have dignity because we are created in the image of God. Of course, today philosophy, Western philosophy becomes secular, so Sometimes it is explained that by saying we are created in image of God, it simply means that we have something. The point, some people are not comfortable to think about human dignity from the Buddhist perspective because of its roots in humanity, and not humanity, not its roots in Christianity. Another problem with human dignity is that it is a thick concept. It has got a lot of features. So, for example, Ajahn Claudio Chicuza, in the reference I given in the last slide, he preferred the so-called apophatic method. With this method, we negatively define human dignity, right? So instead of saying that human dignity is so and so, if we use this method, we say that, well, it is the absence of something negative. It is the absence of humiliation, degradation, or dehumanization. But this is to give you a general idea of some difficulties that we have when we tackle the concept of human dignity. Anyway, we will go through. Well, in philosophy, we know that one of the strong bases of human dignity, if you're not Christian, is autonomy. So instead of referring to the concept of image of God, we refer to the concept of autonomy. Why do we have dignity? That's because we have autonomy. So as I said in the beginning, I'm going to focus on the concept of human dignity because it's the ground for the key terms harmony and inclusivity. But when looking closely at the concept of human dignity, I find that it's more practical to address the concept of autonomy. And fortunately, there is this Buddhist philosopher, Shoyo Taniguchi. He analyzed the concept of autonomy from the Buddhist perspective, of course, Buddhist philosophical perspective, not simply Buddhist, right? So Professor Taniguchi proposes that we should distinguish between two types of autonomy. The first one is self-centered, which is being used in the West, and the second one is his own proposal. I dig a little bit deeper into this because the term selfless autonomy seems to be an oxymoron, right? Let's go to the first one. For the self-centered autonomy, what is autonomy? If you are autonomous, you're independent. In the West, when you're independent, it means that you can make your own decision. You can choose your own goal, and you can pursue them. And you have autonomy when you are not interfered by external influences or coercive forces, right? So that is independence. So you are free. You're the master of yourself. No one is your master. You're independent from other people. So the main point is that other people should not be related to the concept of end in itself, which explains why the core feature of human dignity is intrinsic value. Or in other words, it helps us understand why autonomy can be the ground for the concept of human dignity. You're end in yourself because no one can use you as mere means to their own ends. You have to choose your own ends. You have to choose your own goals. No one can choose that for you. Let's take a look at the other side. Selfless autonomy. So it is quite interesting. I think Taniguchi is a genius because he can retain the element of independence. If you're autonomous in the Buddhist way, you are still independent. but now not from others, but from yourself. That is very interesting, right? You are the master of yourself. Yourself is not the master of you, so you are not under influences of the three poisons or the cravings. So it means that you can contribute to the benefits of other. So in this context, the key term is not end in itself, but interconnectedness, which is related to compassion and wisdom, because you can realize this sense of interconnectedness when you thoroughly understand the principle of dependent origination, right? So it can be understood in the two levels, that is the level of wisdom and the level of compassion. So now let's come back to this. Yeah. So you can see that this is only a preliminary analysis. We have to think through in order to derive more insights from this concept of selfless autonomy, as I said, developed on the basis of Buddhist philosophy by Taniguchi. But there is some trace that we can identify here. So when we come back to the key terms, harmony and inclusivity, as I said, the major elements or the common elements is sharing. Sharing seems to go along very well with the concept of interconnectedness. So perhaps from the Buddhist perspective, if we believe that people have human dignity, that is, we believe in their so-called selfless autonomy, or we ourselves, as Ajahn Suvarna said, consider ourselves as an agent, we may start to dive deeper into this concept of interconnectedness. And maybe it can provide us with the basis to realize this sense of sharing or generosity. And that goes very well with the Buddhist concept of compassion. But as I said, Buddhist concept of compassion cannot be realized without wisdom or without understanding of the principle of dependent origination or something else. So this is my presentation on the preliminary analysis of how we can derive Buddhist insights to bear upon the key terms of harmony, inclusivity, and their relationship with the major key term.
So, thank you, professors, to share the knowledge on source in the terms of human dignity, sharing generosities in Buddhism. The point is, as I heard that very interesting, that all human beings, we have the same dignity. Yes. And the question is, if we are independent, so we can do ourselves, we can do anything. Are we independent? So that's the from Professor Bakon to share the knowledge to us. Yes. And we have, anyway, thank you, Professor, to share the knowledge about this to us. Thank you so much for that. Anyway, we have another round for that to discuss. And we have the third speakers for today is from neighbor, our neighbor, I guess. Yes, Associate Professor Dr. Subin Laksas from Mahachulalongkornrajavidyalaya Buddhist University. He's in the term of academic activities. So I will take this opportunity to invite Professor. Please, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. Most venerables, Upasaka and Upasika, ladies and gentlemen who participate this seminar, I'm very honored to be here. I think this is the great opportunity when we celebrate Vesak Day. This is a very profound and deep meaning to all Buddhists and non-Buddhists also. That's why this day, United Nations, important day for the world. And also, I would like to share some point of view based on these topics. Buddhist harmony and inclusivity for human dignity, Buddhist insight for world peace and sustainable development. I would like to focus on only inclusivity and world peace, only that. Okay, let us see. First of all, I would like to let you come to the reflection about this day, what is meaning for us as Buddhist assemblies. We are 4 assemblies, but now I think we can add Mechi or Bhikkhuni also in a Mahayana tradition. In order to reflection on the Buddha who delivered the cessation of suffering, this is the when we say gap of analysis. At that time, I think many scholars, ascetics, the one who would like to cross over the world, but could not do that. The Buddha also, Prince Siddhartha also, one of that who would like to renounce or who would like to discover that this day is reflect to that. And the second, the Buddha, Vesak day, this is reflection on the Buddha who was a capacity of human being. He is as a human being, is not God. We also human being. That's why we can do that. The Buddha state is not fixed for him, but for anyone who would like to be as him as. That's why this we reflect to that. And the third, reflection on the Buddha dedicate himself for others. This also we call Buddhacharya. The Buddha, when he already attained enlightenment, he spent his life, or not more than that. Before that, how can he live? Very warm family and facilities to be ascetics. That is very difficult for common people, but he has did it. He did it. The fourth, the Buddha reflect on the Buddha who hospitalized society. He has seen, I think, not only that time. Now also we can imagine society full of conflicts, war, and any dissatisfied. That's why he would like to hospitalize about society. We have to reflect on that. Fifth one, Vesak day, reflect on the Buddha who strive to live with the greater contribution to the peaceful world. This also, that's why Vesak day is meaning for that. Let us see the world today. I think we can touch with our eyes, with our ear. Nowadays, the earth so fragile. The earth, what's happened with the Gaia? We can say Gaia, the world is as mother. We can imagine someone they said this is a hero for another countries, but this is war. Come, bring tears and all suffer, not, how to say, disappear from that time until now. This also, he can conquer from at the time Mongol until Asia Minor, that place. Let us imagine how far he can conquer. That is the fall, how to say, the way he conquer, that is the tears that fall down. The tears drop down also. This is the world. And come to the First and the Second World War. Some people, they can touch about that. Not only the World War nearby our country, Cambodia or Khmer country, in 2518, I think so, 2518 Buddhist era, we can touch about that. Human being can do human being together like that. This is, the war never stop. 9/11 also, that is touch, we can see that. Now, come to the modern war, that is drone. They can use this weapon to kill each other. We cannot imagine human being can do, do suffering with human being together like this. Next, I don't know, we can imagine in the age of metaverse what is going on. But now we still stay in that age. I have seen this movie, Surrogate World. Now they will sit in the office or somewhere else, and then they will use the Iron Man, the Iron or AI to replace them. This cannot imagine. That's why the world is fragile. Why I have to show about this to you? Because of inclusivity, harmony. United Nations have to call upon the world to recognize about this word. Okay, let me ask you inside, what do you think about the root of that all conflicts and wars? We may think, oh, because of ignorance, because of unwholesome, loba, dosa, and moha, or something like that. As we are Buddhists, we have to think like that. But in the name of philosopher, they think another way. They said, this is the cause. Languages as a cause of conflicts. But it is not language as we talk with each other like this. The language, there are two languages. One is philosophy or language of philosophy. What is that? That is logics. Logics. They will use logic to explain anything what they would like to explain. And if that explanation did not satisfy someone, they will fight. The philosopher fight with philosopher, or we can say argument or something like that. But for another politicians, they will not fight with logics, but they will fight with gun or some weapon. That's why this is one of language we call philosophy language. And another language for scientists. Scientists, they said logic is cunning. Because of if we don't want to say this, they will say that. If they want to say that, they will say those. It's not based on the fact. That's why scientists, they don't believe and they don't thematics, language. In order to prove everything, the fact is fact, they will say like this. That's why they don't like religion or philosopher or something like that. That's why scientists in the enlightened age, they change the word. Now we say the word is modern word. That's why all philosophical languages and mathematics languages always fight with each other because of they stay in the contradiction, conflict, or perspectives. What happened when they use that perspectives or paradigm? They will have attachment. When they have attachment, they will divide or division will be there. When division will be there, competition will be there. Competition will be there, distrust will be there. Distrust will be there, destroy will come. This is the word deterioration. United Nations, they think about this. That's why the word inclusivity, they would like to mention about this word. The word right now, we can say the word predator. Predator, it means the one who kill people as a game, as a love to kill, love to destroy, love to get benefit from human being. This is a very dangerous word. But as we are Buddhist assemblies, as we are human beings, we could not bow down or we could not accept about that perspective. We have to cultivate our knowledge. Inclusivity, that is one of the wonderful word and tremendous word in order to solve this problem. The philosophical root behind of inclusivity, that is, leave no one behind. This is why they have to use this word, because of if we are friends, we will help friends. If we are relatives, we will help relatives. And then we will leave another one lie down there and get hunger there and any. Why we can do that? Because of some stingy inside our mind. This is sustainable development goal in 5 P's have to add inclusivity, not, it means leave no 5 P's behind. People, possibility, planet, peace, and partnership. What is inclusivity, Buddhist inclusivity? This very wonderful word. Very, very wonderful word. Go, bhikkhu. Go forth, bhikkhu. For the welfare and happiness of the people out of sympathy, for the world, for the benefit, welfare, and happiness of men and humans. See, not only men, but Deva also. The Buddha leave no one behind. This is inclusivity. Okay, I think this is maybe for next. I would like to talk about when we would like to be in peace outside or out of peace. It's difficult to get it, but when we focus inner peace, it will be possible to do. I will continue the next round. The word of formation or sankhara loka. This world peace will be possible to do, or will be possible to get in the real life. Okay, thank you very much for the first round.
So thank you, Professor Swilaksas. Share the noise also about, especially, I think he got the same idea with Ajahn, another speakers, Ajahn Suvarna, especially we learn from the Buddha. Yes, Ajahn Suvarna also, she talks about how we should learn from the Buddha. Yeah, especially the teachings from the Buddha, study from the scriptures, even some points that very deep. But some points very deep that you see, before Buddha got enlightened, getting enlightened, how long for that? How struggles Buddha have? So, but for us, so many things that we have to learn from him. Even some points that's very deep, but still we try hard to learn from that. So Ajahn Suvin, he mentions about the language. Language try to find out the truth. Language of philosophy. Language of science. So what kind of truth we try to find out from philosophy, from the science? We might have the different way to try to find out the truth. But what is exactly the truth? He mentions about this. The main point from his word talking that precisely the roles of Predator, love to kill, loves to destroy, that's very dangerous for us. So when we regard these roles as the roles of Predators, how can we harmonize and bring the peace to societies? So you see, one thing, if we use the language, sometimes language don't have the feeling. You might be understood in the term of the language. For example, peasantly we prefer using send the message more than calling, because message very fast, but hard to understand because message without the feeling. So how can we find the truth? Sometimes the people, they don't know each other, but they call us because of the message. So this is the present presently, the societies. They try to put the conflict, even they have never seen before. They are not friends before. But the language, that's the truth. What is the truth? Where is the truth for that? Yes, anyway, thank you, Professor Swilaksas, who shared the knowledge about, especially the concept of the world of predators. That's very dangerous for that. Okay, this is the first round. Have finished this. So, but you should have the question in your mind. Then after that, I think you have so many questions to ask the speakers. So that's very necessary for this, because to raise the questions that we can exchange the ideas apart from what the speakers shared with us already. So the second round. So we will start with most venerable Associate Professor Dr. Panjavachla Bandit, Vice Lectures for Academic Affairs. Please, Professor.
Thank you so much. In the second round, I would like to continue some ideas as my conclusion, right? So I would like to remind you that the main point of our seminar today at Buddhist harmony and inclusivity, embracing diversity for world peace and sustainable development. So, the United Nations perspective that diversity is maybe the one idea in belong to the inclusivity, right? A sub idea of inclusivity. Diversity should be celebrated rather than fear. Echo Buddhist principle of interconnectedness or paticcasamuppada. I think I agree with Ajahn Pakon. Harmony can arise or can arise from the principle, the principle of paticcasamuppada. Without the belief or the acceptance of paticcasamuppada, we cannot create harmony or inclusivity in the world. As someone said, it is not our differences that divide us. It is our inability to recognize, accept, and celebrate those differences. Yeah. So differences is not something to be a fear, to fear. But what we should be afraid is the inability to recognize or accept or celebrate. So world peace. Let me talk about world peace in Buddhist perspective. Nowadays, we are facing the conflict and violence largely due to the lack of harmony, right? Inclusivity and embracing diversity. Therefore, I think from Buddhist perspective, to solve this problem, we must promote harmony, inclusivity, and embracing diversity based on the principle of paticcasamuppada or interconnectedness or interrelatedness, interdependence, something like that, or paticcasamuppada. So, let's talk about sustainable development in Buddhist perspective, right? We accept that nowadays unsustainable development stem from or come from multiple causes. For example, viewing nature, right? Viewing nature as enemy, as said by the most valuable P.A. Buyutto. Viewing nature as enemy or seeking to conquer it. This is the belief of the conquest of nature. We view the nature as our enemy, not our friend. This is what the Buddha said. Long view are mithya about nature. The nature is our enemy. We must conquer it. We must defeat it. Right. And the second one, a fragmented, non-holistic perspective toward the natural world. This is what we call the belief about the reductionism or non-holistic view. And this is one of mithya, long view, as the Buddha said. Economic and social development driven by consumerism. What is consumerism? I think you know very well. Consumerism is the belief that the more you eat, the more you consume, the more you are happy. You are happy come from consumption. Come from consumption. This is what the Buddha said in Dhammacakkavatthana Sutta, Kama Sukhalika Anuyoga, right? Happiness comes from sensual pleasure. So consumerism based on the belief that the more material consumption lead to greater or greater happiness. Happiness comes from consumption alone. But in Buddhism, happiness, there are different levels of happiness, right? The sensual happiness, like sensual happiness come from seeing, come from eating, come from hearing, come from touching. This is the lowest happiness, or kama sukha, sensual happiness. The happiness, the higher, the middle level happiness. Yes, the happiness come from peace. Come from peace. It is what we call inner happiness, right? The highest happiness, as the Buddha said, Nippanang paramang sukhang. Nippanang paramang sukhang. The highest happiness or supreme happiness. Nibbana is the supreme happiness or the highest happiness. This is the independent happiness. Dependent not depend on consumption, material consumption, but from spiritual happiness. So there are different kinds of happiness. So economic and social development nowadays, we emphasize so much on the spiritual happiness. Right. According to Buddhist principles, sustainable development must begin with collecting our view. This is the first step. Collecting our view and belief, samma ditthi or right view. This involves, instead of seeing nature as an enemy to conquer, we should recognize that all things exist interdependent and interconnectedness in accordance with the principle of Paticcasamuppada, dependent origination. Okay. Instead of adopting a reductionist or fragmented view of nature, we should perceive on phenomena related. The third one, instead of believing that ultimate human happiness comes from material consumption or kama sukha, right? We should understand that happiness exists at multiple levels, with the highest happiness arising from inner peace, acchatta santi, inner peace. This is my conclusion. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Venerable. I love this term, the speech that most Venerable he talk about diversities. As I mentioned at the beginnings about the seminars today, that our society is not single societies, but intercultural society. That means diversities. So we cannot prevent from diversities because presently we stay with the diversities. So that means with the people's difference from different backgrounds. See allow you when you go back to your place. Now, comparing with previously, you have never seen this before. But now, you can see the difference. You cannot prevent, you cannot stay from that. But the point is, but we should promote about this. How can we promote about this? We promote about inclusivity from the most vulnerable. So now it's your turn, Professor. Professor Paka, please.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Please allow me to give you a little bit more elaboration on this point. As I said that Professor Taniguchi presents a new categorization of autonomy, and he distinguish between the Western self-centered autonomy and the so-called Buddhist philosophical concept of selfless autonomy, right? As I said that for the self-centered autonomy, we should understand it through the concept of end in itself. Everyone is an end in himself because we don't have worth simply because we are instrumental to other people's ends. We ourselves have to choose our own goal, and we can see something divine in this because suppose that you consider collecting postage stamps as something valuable. That activity becomes valuable, so you're the source of value. So that's something divine. And this makes it easier to understand why the concept of end in itself ground the concept of intrinsic worth. Why do you have intrinsic worth? That's because you're an end in yourself. Right? But for the Buddhist philosophical perspective, as Professor Taniguchi points out, it is quite, we have selfless autonomy, that is, we are not subjected not to other people, but not to our own self. So that is very interesting. We are free from our own cravings and from the three poisons, right? But it is not easy that this self liberation is materialized, but you have to go through a lot of religious practice. And I think Venerable Sambun's details presented before can be very helpful in understanding this aspect of selfless autonomy. And in the end, it can be boiled down to the concept of interconnectedness. And this is a little bit complicated because you need to understand it through the principle of dependent origination, and as it is well observed that in Buddhism, wisdom comes with compassion. It may be strange, but if you can see, if we see the interconnectedness of being, it is easier to understand why this wisdom comes with compassion, right? And what contribution these Buddhist insights can give to the concept of harmony and inclusivity, I will give you a little elaboration on this. If you consider that on the self-centered autonomy, in that sense, it is a little bit harder to see why we should go beyond. So now I focus on the concept of harmony, why we should go beyond peaceful coexistence. If the grounding concept is end in itself, because if we respect others in the sense that we treat them as end in themselves, we should let them choose their own goal. We should not interfere when they pursue their goals. So in that way, tolerance should be enough, right? We can be indifferent. We simply do not care about what they're doing. What is the point is that we simply have to not interfere in their business. So we need to make a little bit more effort in order to infer or to fill the steps between end in itself and mutuality. Why should we have mutual beneficial relationship with other people? We simply let them be, give them freedom, right? In this way, you can see that if we understand the concept of human dignity, selfless autonomy, it would be easier to explain why we should go further, why coexistence is not enough, why we should go further and develop some mutuality. That is why we should come together, have some interaction, create benefits together. Why should we share resources and opportunities, why we should support and help each other. That is because we are interconnected. We are interconnected. So you can see that the insights from Buddhism can very well explain the significance of harmony in this regard. So it means that Buddhist insight can readily show the connection between human dignity and harmony. This is an example of the benefit of analyzing the concept of autonomy through the Buddhist philosophical lens. But as I said, my presentation is only preliminary or sketchy, so I expect that you will ponder more upon it and derive more implications of the selfless autonomy that may have on these pairs of significant concepts of harmony and inclusivity. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor. Thank you so much. Yes. Now it's your turn, Professor Subin Laksas. Yes, continue. Yes, thank you.
Okay, let my presentation in order to cultivate our life and our life. What is our life? Only the 5 aggregates, that is our life. If the more we see or contemplate or interpret our 5 faculties thoroughly, the more you will get inner peace. Why? Because of our each 5 aggregates, that is a very influence to our human being or to human being. Suppose we are hungry, we have to do something. If we don't have that food, the situation we could not see properly in the normal life. But if in the crisis life, you will see that they will fight, they will steal some food. That is because of rupa or physical body. Feeling also, if we don't like, let us see properly, you will do something. If we remember something good or bad, we will attach with that. If we think and elaborate that thinking, we will attach. And when we see or hear or smell something, that is consciousness, you will see the influence of 5 aggregates. It will make you are not to subdue that 5 aggregates, that the inner peace will be there. This is a New World Order mindset. How to do? One, we have to respect all 5 aggregates. They have 5 aggregates. We also have. We have to respect. Even they are poor or rich, they are men or women. They are not only a human being, even environment. We have to respect, and we have to share or enrich each other. And then we have no attachment. It means we have to discuss with each other how to share or how to continue our purpose, our goal together. Before that, we have known already about rabbit and tortoise. They fight with each other. We could not do that. And the rabbit and tortoise have to help each other. We will stay in peace in this world. Okay, this is language. The last word, the way we penetrate or the way we look at our life, that we will see peace in our five aggregates. At last, I would like Penapinda Sutta Sangyutta Nikaya in order to let you all know the way how to make the world peace, the world that Asian peace. Bali, okay, some melody also, I think so. Pina pindupamang rupang vedana pupurupama marichikupama sanya sankhara katarupama Mahayu pamancha desita ditja pantuna yatha nichayati yoniso upaparikati ritakang tuchakang hoti yonang patsati yoniso iman cakayang arapha puripanye nate sitang Paha anang tinang thammanang rupang passatha chanditang ayu usma aja vinyanang yatha kayang chahantimang apavitto dadaseti paraphattang acetanang etadisayang santano mayayang phalalapini Watako eko akhato saro etha navichati ewang khante awekaya bhikkhu arat thaviryo thiwawa yathivarati sampachano patisato pachahe sapasam yokhang kraya saranatano jaraya ditasi sowa Patayang atutang padang. This is the way how to make inner peace in your life. Thank you very much.
Four speakers have finished. We opened the floor for you. If anyone want to raise questions, you can ask the questions from any speakers. Please, the floor is yours now. Please. First, you introduce yourselves, who you are, your background.
I would like to pay respectfully to our Venerable Mahachulalongkornrajavidyalaya. I am a representative of the missionary monk 31st class. And allow me to ask something if unseriously question. I would like to know what is different between Vesak Day in India and Visakha Day in Thailand. But I don't know why they call different name. Let me know. Thank you.
How different Visakha and Vesak Day?
Visakha Pusha Day in Thailand or Thai Visakha Pusha Day come from India. India is the origin of Visakha Pusha because the Buddha was Indian people, right?
Yep.
So we introduce Visakha Pusha from India. For India is original. So when we talk about Thai Visakha or Visakha in Thailand, is that the Visakha develop according to the context, the context, the Thai the context of Thailand, right? Something no in India. For example, the ceremony, there's some ceremony in the Visakha Pusha Day. No, in India. No, in India. This is what we call the development of Visakha Pusha, according to the context of society. Yeah, maybe different some.
Different sound, but the same meaning, right?
Same meaning.
Yep.
Actually, the word Visakha is the name of one the 6 month. Among 12 months, right? Among 12 months, 12 months according to the Indian calendar, right? Calendar. Visakha is 1 month among 12 months. Like Mokala Kumpha Mina Mesa. Asanha is one, the name of month. Visakha, same. Asanha, same. It's just the name of month. So, because the Buddha passed away in the month name Visakha, so this is the reason why we call Visakha Pusha Day. The worship, the day about the Buddha birth, enlightenment, and passing away occur in the same month, right? The Visakha month.
Okay.
It's just the name of month. Thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing your knowledge, and I would like to pay respect once again.
Yes, any more question? Please, yes, you introduce yourself first, then ask the question.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Shin Sonra Ningara. I'm studying in Faculty of Education now. I would like to know something. That's maybe a stupid question. I would like to ask both of layman scholars here. Based on this ceremony, I have something in my mind. In our society, we have different beliefs. Some may believe in Buddha, some may believe in other religion, and some people they didn't believe anything religion. So we are Buddhist monk and lay people, so we can understand, we can share easily to loving kindness, compassion to the other people. So for those people and who didn't have chance to know the Buddha teaching, how should we do to share the Buddha teaching widely and to live harmoniously with different beliefs in our society? Thank you. Buddha's two scholars.
So your question is how to share Buddhist teaching with the people with different background, right?
Yes, for
like
different
some
background. Yes.
non-religion, some Buddhist, some non-Buddhist, some
Non-Buddhism,
Christian,
yes.
some Islam, something like that.
Something like that, yes.
I think we should make the Buddha teaching international. We should explain the reality or the truth in Buddhist teaching. So the religion, the word, the language religion is just a label, right? Label stick beside the bottle. So the reality, for example, the reality of human rights, good, you receive good. This is the law of karma, right? Everyone under the law of action, the law of karma. The law of karma not just Buddhism, not depend on whether you believe in what religion.
Yes.
But this is the law of nature, we can say like that. We should explain Buddhism as just international language or international or universal language also teaching. I think this is why we seminar on the topic inclusivity, right? Yes. Inclusivity, because we should believe in the diversity. Yes. Diversity. We should accept, honor the people with different background from us. Whether you are Buddhist, you are non-Buddhist, you are Buddhist or Christian or Islamic, you are human. You are human, right?
Yes.
Thank you so much. อาจารย์ประกรณ์
So thank you very much for your question. I think the first point that we may bear in mind is that if some people don't have any faith in religion, it doesn't mean that they are not spiritual. So they may be seeking some meaning of their life, and this share with them some insights from Buddhism. But in doing so, it is not in the form of doctrinal explanation or giving them a sermon. I think the best way is to refer to the common human experience, because actually many key terms, many key concepts in Buddhism refer to the real human. So peace. So this is the second point. The third point is that we ourselves, as Ajahn Suvarna said, we ourselves have to be evidence to the truth of the Buddha's words. So we have to realize the virtues and the wisdom in ourselves to show to other people that, well, that's true. What the Buddha preached was true. I experienced it directly. I think that can be the best way.
Thank you.
Okay. Let me share a little bit. When we see the people, we always see the color and the clan or the name. If they are men and women, something like that, they would like to heal because of that people. But if we back to this is a human being, and then let the Buddha teaching to be cultivate their life, their quality of life. Only that. No need to say because of that people, this people, that name, this name. They will have something inside. If they don't like that idea or that perspectives, they don't want to help. The Buddha teaching just cultivate quality of life. If anyone would like to cultivate or develop quality of life, that is pleased, something like that. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
I think it's enough because the time has come. Anyone? Okay, one more question. Just one more question. Yes, please.
Thank you so much. I'm a part of the Kamatutta Bhikkhu joined the training program. We're just coming from the Camp Son training site yesterday. And it's not exactly the question, but I think it's a big opportunity to show some important word of my mind. I feel very honored and then would like to show the big gratitude to be here today. We have chance to be in Camp Son training center 1 month, walking, meditate, no phone. We can be with oneself. One thing coming, we can be more with oneself, discover more mindfulness. And today, what I heard from พระเดชพระคุณพระรัตนบัณฑิตปัญญาบัณฑิต yes, most venerable. He refer about what the Buddha teaching from the Sangha, Samakhi, until finally he talk about the world that not very mindful, as a not holistic way. We are really mindless. We just live day by day and not care what happened to the next generation for the others. That's a big problem, and that's why United Nations always concerned about that. Same อาจารย์ Professor Emeritus Suvarna, she mentioned interesting word. Conversation is not exactly one. It's just a voice. People just talk. Because the wording that coming from one to each other, not coming really to their mind. Yeah, and then from associated Professor Pakon, we talk about the Western world and the Eastern world. That's how we live. Because the Western world based more with the individualism. People try to base on oneself. And we talk about the diversity, we cannot stop it. with the technology, with the world, now people can have more freedom. We cannot force people to do anything. Even we are here because they would like to get something. If not enough, enough interest, people not be there. Then people expect to get something back always. But you mentioned about that the Buddha way, the Eastern way, we concern more to each other. And at the last message from Associated Professor Suwin, you mentioned about the language of mathematics, language of philosophy. But again, it's the source of the conflict. People think about that. I'm better. I have to be right. You can be wrong. People fighting. And finally, you talk about the human language. And I think we should be the same answer from long time ago. Because Buddha, he himself, he showed the world that the way to solve the conflict is not outside, it's within. Long time, I think around the year 2000, I heard that this century will be a century of the mind. I think can be too much ready developed for the technology. We come to the time of the AI, some of the time to the technology that try to threaten us. Now time of human being to be together, to be harmony, to work together. And I think Buddha show us everything. Sharing, each time we share, we think less for oneself. It's not yet, but we think more for the others. That's one. When people take the precepts, we respect because we can do, but we say no. And finally, each time we practice meditation, we practice anapana state. That means we would like to solve problem inside oneself. Then, because today is important day, he was the best example to the world. But maybe world not enough.
Venerable,
yes.
You want to ask the question? You want to share?
It's okay. No, just one last minute. Okay. I think a long time, but maybe the voice we are here not yet to be loud enough. But I think one day, 100 monks here again and again. And thank you for the MCU. Thank you for every monk. Basically, we have best professor from Mahidol, from Mahachula, Mahamakut, even Chulalongkorn. I think that we are Thailand, we are hope of the world. I think Buddha give us hope. We can be that the same. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. I think the time has come. The seminars, international academic seminars on the harmonies and inclusivities for the human dignities, Buddhist insights for the world peace and sustainable. Hopefully, all of us get the knowledge by sharing, by listening from the speaker for today. On behalf of organizers, I would like to Panya Vachara Bandit, Vice Directors for Academic Affairs, Professor Suvarna Sthanan, Professor Pakorn Singh Suriya, and Professor Suvin Laksas, who come to share the knowledge with us. And never forget all of us who pay attention from the beginnings until the end. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. ขอบคุณครับ
Thank you very much for all panelists who run the panel discussions on the harmony and inclusivity for human dignity, Buddhist insight for world peace and sustainable development. For this afternoon, discussion has been perfectly completed. The day of Vesak, that is the days of the Buddha. So now, the President of closing program or closing ceremony has arrived at the meeting rooms already. Just bear with me for some more time for setting the stage for a while. Yeah, after listening to the talks of the distinguished speakers, moderated by Assistant Professor Dr. Brahma Sompong Kunakaro, White Directors of International Buddhist Study College and all panelists. I think you have got some ideas to enhance, to make use, how to apply the Buddha teaching to help the people who are in difficulties in this world right now. You see, now the world become a battlefield compared to the other living beings in this world. There is no the wall for the other living beings. The animal living in the jungle peacefully, but human being living in this world with the wall. Inform human mind. I think peace must come from human minds either. So that I learned from the keynote speaker today. So now the time for what closing the program, or to give the souvenir to the speaker. Okay, so now it comes. May I respectfully invite the most venerable Associate Professor Dr. Pratep Vajrasara Bandit, the presence of closing ceremony or closing program today. Please present on the stage. With respect, sir. Today we have a good chance and we are lucky to have the top authorities of MCU to open and close the ceremony. Coming up next, I would like to invite the panelists or keynote speaker to receive the souvenir from the President of Ceremony, Associate Professor Dr. Pratep Vajrasara Bandit. And we begin by Associate Professor Dr. Prapanya Vajra Bandit, Director for Academic Affairs, to receive the souvenir from the Pratep Vajrasara Bandit, and followed by Tan Rong Satrachan followed by Assistant Professor Dr. Mahachulalongkornrajavidyalaya Kunakaro, the moderators of the panel discussion today. And then Assistant Professor Dr. Subin Raksat, Assistant Director for Academics Administration, Mahachulalongkornrajavidyalaya Buddhist University or Mahachulalongkornrajavidyalaya. And the last, invite Associate Professor Dr. Prakon Singh Surya, Faculties of Social Science and Humanities, University. Thank you very much for your coming today and share your experiences and your knowledge to all of us in here. Thank you once again. Yes, please say big sadhu to all of them together once again, please. Sadhu. Before the closing the program today, on behalf of Associate Professor Dr. Prapanya Vajra Bandit, Director for Academic Affairs, he assigned me to give a brief report to the President of closing ceremony. So may I report the President most venerable in Thai. กราบถวายความเคารพพระเดชพระคุณรองศาสตราจารย์ดร.ประเทศวชระสารบัณฑิตรองอธิการบดีฝ่ายวางแผนและพัฒนาที่เคารพกล่าวกับผมพระมหาสมชายกิติปัญโยหัวหน้าภาควิชาภาษาต่างประเทศคณะมนุษยศาสตร์ได้รับมอบหมายจากพระเดชพระคุณรองศาสตราจารย์ดร.พระปัญญาวชระบัณฑิตรองอธิการบดีฝ่ายวิชาการประธานจัดงานสัมมนาวิชาการในวันนี้ให้กล่าวถวายรายงานพระเดชพระคุณโดยย่อดังนี้เวลา 12:30 นาทีผู้ร่วมงานประชุมสัมมนาพร้อมเพียงกันณห้องประชุมแห่งนี้ในเวลา 12:50 นาทีชมวิดิทัศน์นำเสนอประวัติความเป็นมาของวันวิสาขะโลกในปีนี้จากนั้นเป็นการกล่าวต้อนรับดร.พระสิทธิวัชระบัณฑิตในเวลา 13:15 นาทีพระเดชพระคุณศาสตราจารย์ดร.พระพรหมวชระธีราจารย์องค์อธิการบดีมหาวิทยาลัยมหาจุฬาลงกรณราชวิทยาลัยได้เดินทางมาถึงห้องประชุมและเป็นประธานจุดธูปเทียนนำกล่าวบูชาพระรัตนตรัยจากนั้นพระเดชพระคุณได้กล่าวเปิดการสัมมนาทางวิชาการและได้กล่าวปาฐกถาเรื่องความสามัคคีและการโอบรับความหลากหลายเพื่อศักดิ์ศรีความเป็นมนุษย์พุทธปัญญาเพื่อสันติภาพโลกและการพัฒนาที่ยั่งยืนและเมื่อจบไปสักครู่นี้เป็นการเสวนาวิชาการเรื่องความสามัคคีและการโอบรับความหลากหลายเพื่อศักดิ์ศรีความเป็นมนุษย์พุทธปัญญาเพื่อสันติภาพโลกและการพัฒนาที่ยั่งยืน and academic seminars on harmony and inclusivity for human dignities, Buddhist insights for world peace and sustainable development ซึ่งมี Keynote Speaker ร่วมเสวนาวิชาการในเรื่องนี้ประกอบด้วยพระเดชพระคุณรองศาสตราจารย์ดร.พระปัญญาวัชระบัณฑิตรองอธิการบดีฝ่ายวิชาการมหาวิทยาลัยมหาจุฬาลงกรณราชวิทยาลัยศาสตราจารย์กิติคุณดร.สุวรรณาสถาอนันต์รองคณบดีฝ่ายวิจัยคณะอักษรศาสตร์จุฬาลงกรณ์มหาวิทยาลัยรองศาสตราจารย์ดร.ประกรณ์สิงห์สุริยาภาควิชาภาษาภาควิชามนุษยศาสตร์คณะสังคมศาสตร์และมนุษยศาสตร์มหาวิทยาลัยมหิดลและรองศาสตราจารย์ดร.สุวินทร์รักษัตริย์ผู้ช่วยอธิการบดีด้านบริหารวิชาการมหาวิทยาลัยมหามกุฏราชวิทยาลัยและผู้ดำเนินรายการเสวนาทางวิชาการในวันนี้รองผู้อำนวยการวิทยาลัยพุทธศาสนานานาชาติ IBSC และบัดนี้ได้เวลาแก่การที่จะปิดโครงการสัมมนาวิชาการในวันเฉลิมฉลองวิสาขบูชาหรือเวสักเดย์ The Day of เวสักครั้งที่ 20จัดโดยมหาวิทยาลัยมหาจุฬาลงกรณราชวิทยาลัยและบัดนี้ได้เวลาที่เหมาะสมแล้วกล่าวกับผมได้กราบพัฒนาพระเดชพระคุณรองศาสตราจารย์ดร.ประเทศวชระสารบัณฑิตปิดงานและให้โอวาทตามลำดับสืบต่อไปกราบเรียนด้วยความเคารพอย่างสูงครับ
ท่านรองอธิการบดีฝ่ายวิชาการท่านเจ้าคุณพระปัญญาวัชระบัณฑิตท่านรองอธิการบดีฝ่ายกิจการต่างประเทศท่านเจ้าคุณพระสิทธิวัชระบัณฑิตท่านผู้เข้าร่วมประชุมสัมมนาฝ่ายบรรพชิตทุกท่านท่านรองศาสตราจารย์ดร.โกนิตศรีทองท่านอาจารย์สุวินท่านอาจารย์ประกรณ์ท่านอาจารย์วีรการและทุกท่านฝ่ายคฤหัสถ์ชาวไทยแล้วก็เป็นพระธรรมทูตเจ้าส่วนใหญ่ก็ขอบคุณที่ยังอยู่ในรายการทุกท่านนะการประชุมเสวนาทางวิชาการในการเฉลิมฉลองวันวิสาขบูชาในระดับนานาชาติในครั้งนี้เป็นนโยบายของพระเดชพระคุณศาสตราจารย์ดร.พระพรหมบัณฑิตอุปนายกสภามหาวิทยาลัยศาสตราจารย์ดร.พระพรหมวัชระธีราจารย์ท่านอธิการบดีจะให้ได้พวกเราได้เริ่มต้นจากการเสวนาทางวิชาการเป็นเบื้องต้นก่อนและปีนี้
การจัดวิสาขบูชานานาชาติวันสำคัญสากลของสหประชาชาติครั้งที่ 20 เวียดนามได้รับเป็นเจ้าภาพที่นครโฮจิมินห์ซิตี้ระหว่างวันที่ 6 ถึงวันที่ 8 พฤษภาคมนี้วันที่ 9 คณะทั้งหมดจะเดินทางกลับมาเมืองไทยและวันที่ 10 มีพิธีเฉลิมฉลองเหมือนจะพูดว่าปิดที่เมืองไทยทั้งหมดก็ไม่เชิงแต่ว่าเนื่องจากไทยเราเมื่อปี 2548 เราได้รับการยกย่องใน Joint Communique ของบอร์ดวิสาขนานาชาติของทั่วโลกให้เราเป็นศูนย์กลางพระพุทธศาสนาโลกเพราะฉะนั้นเมื่อเราจะไปเฉลิมฉลองที่ไหนรับเป็นเจ้าภาพก็ต้องกลับมาที่เมืองไทย1 วันปีนี้ก็เช่นเดียวกันนะครับเมืองไทยรับกลับมาวันที่ 10 พฤษภาคมในภาคเช้าถึงภาคบ่ายก็จะมีสารจากบุคคลสำคัญและมีสุนทรพจน์มีการกล่าวหลักธรรมทางพุทธศาสนาเพื่อความร่วมมือกันและไปเวียนเทียนที่พุทธมณฑลแล้วก็ให้ท่านกลับไปวิสาขบูชาที่บ้านเป็นเรื่องสำคัญที่พระเดชคุณพระพรหมบัณฑิตและสารงานต่อโดยพระเดชคุณพระพรหมวัชรธีราจารย์พร้อมผู้บริหารใหม่ๆที่มีความรู้ความสามารถเช่นท่านเจ้าคุณพระปัญญาวัชรบัณฑิตท่านรองที่การบดีฝ่ายวิชาการท่านเจ้าคุณพระสิทธิวัชรบัณฑิตท่านรองที่การบดีฝ่ายกิจการต่างประเทศท่านพระมหาสมพงษ์คุณาการโรรอง IPSC ท่านพระมหาขวัญชัยปุตตวิเศโสผู้อำนวยการกองวิชาการท่านพระมหาสมชายกิตติปัญโยหัวหน้าภาควิชาภาษาต่างประเทศคณะมนุษยศาสตร์เป็นต้นพระเดชคุณทั้งสองที่กล่าวถึงนี้ท่านอยากเห็น 3-4 เรื่องใหญ่ๆเรื่องหนึ่งคือพระพุทธศาสนาแพร่กระจายไปทั่วโลกและการไปทั่วโลกของพุทธศาสนานี้มี2 นิกายใหญ่คือเถรวาทและมหายานทำอย่างไร2 นี้เพื่อการเผยแผ่พุทธศาสนาและปลายทางคือความมั่นคงของพุทธศาสนาอันนี้เป็นหลักสำคัญปาฐกถาครั้งสำคัญของพระเดชคุณพระพรหมบัณฑิตในการจัดวิสาขบูรณาชาติในปีแรกๆท่านจึงพูดที่มีปีกทั้ง2 ด้านหนึ่งเป็นเถรวาทด้านหนึ่งเป็นมหายานเครื่องลำนี้จะบินไปได้จะขึ้นสู่ท้องฟ้าได้จะนำผู้คนไปสู่สันติสงบและข้ามจากปัญหาสารพัดทั้งหลายทั้งปวงก็ต้องมีปีกทั้ง2 ปีกเถรวาทปีกหนึ่งมหายานปีกหนึ่งนี่เป็นสิ่งที่ท่านได้พูดได้ปรารภไว้เรื่องที่2การที่มาประชุมร่วมกันทำงานร่วมกันแล้วเนี่ยสิ่งสำคัญคือต้องมีความร่วมมือกันร่วมกันทุกภาคส่วนในทั่วโลกโลกนี้จะว่ากว้างก็กว้างแต่วันนี้โลกใบนี้แคบมากแล้วมหาวิทยาลัยในพระพุทธศาสนาที่เรียกว่ามหาวิทยาลัยมหาจุฬาลงกรณราชวิทยาลัยต้องมีความร่วมมือกับทั่วโลกอยู่ฉันข้าวเฉพาะตนหันหน้าเข้าข้างฝาทำไม่ได้แล้วโลกนี้แคบลงทุกวันเพราะฉะนั้นความร่วมมือกับนานาชาติเป็นสิ่งสำคัญและลงมือทำร่วมกันเป็นสิ่งสำคัญที่สุดอธิการบดีและท่านอุปนายกท่านอยากเห็นมากที่สุดคือการพัฒนาบุคลากรของเราท่านทั้งหลายที่เป็นพระธรรมทูตผมมานั่งฟังลูกศิษย์ของท่านเจ้าคุณผู้ช่วยศาสตราจารย์ดร.พระสิทธิวัชรบัณฑิตท่านรองที่การบดีต่างประเทศเนี่ยใช้ได้แล้วแม้ท่านมหาสมพงษ์จะท้วงว่าจะเป็นอภิปรายหรือเป็นคำถามแน่จะเป็น question หรือเป็นอะไรแน่แต่ว่าโดยหลักใช้ได้แล้วดีแล้วนี่คือการพัฒนาผู้คนการพัฒนาคนของเราให้มีความเจริญก้าวหน้าโดยเฉพาะทางด้านวิชาการแล้วก็ครูบาอาจารย์ทั้งหลายที่อยู่ในวัยที่กำลังทำงานเนี่ยเป็นแบบอย่างให้เห็นในการพัฒนาตนเองท่านเหล่านี้จะเป็นกำลังสำคัญของพระพุทธศาสนาเป็นกำลังสำคัญของประเทศชาติวันนี้มหาวิทยาลัยพยายามที่จะให้ท่านเหล่านี้ ทำงานให้มากขึ้นทำงานให้มากและมีอะไรที่จะให้ที่จะผูกให้อยู่ที่จะทำให้อยู่มหาวิทยาลัยทำทุกวิถีทางหลวงพ่อพระพรหมบัณฑิตท่านบอกว่าใช้งานให้มากให้ทำงานให้มากวันหนึ่งเมื่อคนเหล่านี้เงยหน้าขึ้นมามันเลยเวลาแล้วเลยเวลาที่จะไปอย่างอาจารย์วีรการกนกกรรมเลศอย่างอาจารย์สุวินทร์ลักษณ์ศักดิ์อย่างท่านอาจารย์โกนิษฐ์ศรีทองแล้วคนเหล่านี้เลยเวลาแล้วเพราะการพัฒนาบุคลากรการพัฒนาศักยภาพในวิสาขบูชานานาชาติจึงเป็นเวทีทั้งแสดงออกถึงความสามารถของพระสงฆ์ไทยในพระพุทธศาสนาทั้งเป็นการแสดงศักยภาพของพระสงฆ์ไทยที่ผ่านการศึกษาอบรมเรียนรู้ในนามมหาวิทยาลัยมหาจุฬาลงกรณราชวิทยาลัยอันนี้ 2-3 ประเด็นที่ประเดี๋ยวคุณท่านทั้งหลายท่านตั้งความคือท่านอยากให้ถ่ายทอดประสบการณ์และองค์ความรู้นี้ไปสู่รุ่นต่อๆไปการถ่ายทอดนั้นมี2 อย่างถ่ายทอดประสบการณ์โดยตรงซึ่งกันและกันจากที่ท่านศึกษาที่ท่านทั้งหลายเรียนรู้เนี่ยเป็นการถ่ายทอดประสบการณ์อย่างหนึ่งและถ่ายทอดเป็นลายลักษณ์อักษรท่านจึงอยากให้เห็นการจัดงานการทำงานของพวกเรามีเอกสารมีตำราทางวิชาการทั้งส่วนตัวทั้งเรื่องส่วนรวมทั้งเรื่องของภาพรวมในการทำงานเพื่อพระพุทธศาสนาและก็เพื่อมหาวิทยาลัยของเรานี่คือสิ่งที่วิสาขบูชานานาชาติมีความมุ่งหวังโดยรวมก็คือการร่วมมือกันทุกภาคส่วนเพื่อการศึกษาพระพุทธศาสนาเพื่อการเผยแผ่พุทธศาสนาและเพื่อความสงบร่มเย็นของผู้คนในโลกใบนี้ที่กำลังก่อปัญหาที่กำลังมีปัญหาอยู่มากมายสันติสุขจะเกิดขึ้นกับทั่วโลกเมื่อหลักธรรมคำสอนของพุทธศาสนาแพร่กระจายไปสู่ผู้คนให้มากที่สุดโดยผ่านนิกายหลัก2 นิกายคือเถรวาทและมหายานที่มีกระจัดกระจายกันอยู่ทั่วโลกจึงเป็นวิสาขบูชาเพื่อพัฒนาศักยภาพอย่างแท้จริงนำไปสู่การกำจัดสิ่งที่เรียกว่าโลภะโทสะโมหะและการเป็นอยู่ร่วมกันอย่างสันติสุขของผู้คนในโลกนี้ขอบคุณทุกท่านนะครับขอบคุณในวันนี้ที่ท่านทั้งหลายได้มาร่วมกันขอบคุณท่านทั้งหลายที่ได้มาประชุมสัมมนากันในครั้งนี้ในนามมหาวิทยาลัยมหาจุฬาลงกรณราชวิทยาลัยโดยพระเดชพระคุณพระพรหมวชิรบัณฑิตอุปนายกสภามหาวิทยาลัยพระเดชพระคุณพระพรหมวชรธีราจารย์ท่านอธิการบดีมหาวิทยาลัยขอบคุณทุกท่านและขออนุญาตปิดการประชุมสัมมนาตั้งแต่บัดนี้เป็นต้นไปขอท่านทั้งหลายได้รับพรอันประเสริฐจากคุณพระศรีรัตนตรัยมีอายุวันนะสุขะภาระปฏิภาณธนสารสมบัติธรรมสารสมบัติทุกท่านทุกคนตลอดไปเทอญ
So for organizing committees of this seminar, I would like to express gratitude and thanks. Give the most venerable Associate Professor Dr. Prathep Vachara Sara Bandit the presence of gracing the program today. Coming up next, may I request Associate Professor Dr. Prapanya Vachara Bandit, the head of the staff today, to offer the souvenir to the most venerable, the chair person of closing ceremony. Before the most venerable read out to pay homage to the Chief Jam. After that, we will have a group photo, and then we need you to scan the QR code for certificates registration, respectively. So, now I would like to invite you all to stand up, please. And may I request the most venerable to lead us to pay homage to the Chief Jam. Please, sir. ทังภคะวันตังอภิวาเทมิคาโตภะคะวะตาธัมโมธัม สามิสุปฏิปันโนภะคะวะโตสาวกสังโฆสังฆังนะมามิ Perfect, perfect. It's now it's time for the group photo. Please อาจารย์กับถ่ายรูปหมู่ร่วมกัน MCU staff ได้เชิญท่านอาจารย์ด้วยนะ เดี๋ยวได้ท่านมหาขวัญชัยครับท่านอาจารย์วิทยากรทั้ง4ท่านเชิญท่านขึ้นด้านบนหรืออย่างไรขอเจ้าหน้าที่นะมีท่านอาจารย์สุวินท่านอาจารย์ประกรณ์นะที่ยังอยู่ขออนุญาตกลับก่อนเนื่องจากไม่สบายเท่าไหร่เจ้าหน้าที่สตาฟของทีมงานด้วยครับถ่ายรูปหมู่นะครับขออนุญาตถ่ายรูปหมู่ร่วมกันเป็นที่ระลึกในโอกาสสำคัญนะวันวิสาขบูชาโลกนะครั้งที่20ในปีนี้ด้วยนะครับเดี๋ยวขออนุญาตพระสงฆ์แล้วก็คณาจารย์ทุกท่านขอปรับพื้นที่สักเล็กน้อยขออนุญาตท่านเจ้าคุณอาจารย์ประธานด้วยนะ